Welcome to the Scented Path, where fragrance meets the senses and brings meaning to life's special moments. I'm Natalie, your guide on this journey through scent, self-reflection, and living beautifully. Each week, we'll explore how fragrance inspires balance, stirs memories, and elevates everyday life. Discover how each scent can transform not just your space, but your mood and your path forward. So let's walk this journey one scent at a time. This is the Scented Path. Being the strong friend sounds cute until you realize it just means being everyone's emotional emergency contact. While they keep your number on Do Not Disturb, you're the one that checks in, the one who shows up, the one who remembers the birthdays, the job interviews, the random Tuesday night breakdowns. And what do you get in return? Silence, excuses, disappearing acts until they need something. Maybe at first you brushed it off, told yourself they're just busy, or that's just how they are. But after a while, that excuse gets tired. At some point, you have to pause and ask, why am I always the one trying? Let's call it what it is. Trying to keep a one sided friendship alive feels like begging for crumbs with a whole meal in your hands. You start questioning yourself. Did I do something wrong? Did I not show up enough? Am I asking for too much? And that's the wild part. You start gaslighting yourself just for wanting mutual effort. You weren't asking for anything wild, though. You just wanted reciprocity, presence, real friendship, not performance. But every time you try to name the gap, they got defensive, or they ghosted you, or they hit you with a casual, love you, boo. Like that erases months of emotional absence. It's exhausting. And you're not crazy for feeling that way. The plan. There comes a moment when the disappointment turns into an epiphany. And that moment, that's the winning moment right there. It's when you stop begging people to match your energy. You stop rewriting your needs to make other folks comfortable. You stop stretching yourself thin just to keep something alive that only you were keeping alive. You realize you were the friend you needed, just not to yourself. You poured, you checked in, you kept showing up for someone who only showed up on their terms. And now you're done. Done with the version of you that tolerated the imbalance and called it loyalty. Because if you're the only one trying, it's not a friendship, it's a performance. And you're canceling this show. Say it plain. You're not crazy. You're just tired of being the only one who gives a damn. You've been overextending, over explaining, trying to keep the friendship alive when they couldn't even be bothered to meet you halfway, leaving you on red. And now you're done begging grown folks to act like they care. Because honestly, you shouldn't have to chase someone just to feel seen. You shouldn't have to shrink yourself to keep the peace. And you damn sure shouldn't have to prove your worth to people who disappear every time you set a standard. Let's be clear. Let's be very, very clear. You didn't switch up. You got honest. You didn't ghost. You stopped volunteering for emotional labor with no return. You didn't burn a bridge. You just stopped carrying the connection on your back alone. And if they couldn't handle the version of you that finally chose peace over people pleasing, that's on them. You are not bitter. You're just not performing anymore. You're not cold. You just got tired of pretending it didn't hurt. You loved them. You showed up. You tried. But friendship is a two-way street, and you're not doing all the driving anymore. Let that be the closure. Let that be the healing. Let that be enough. If you've been feeling like that quiet grief, that kind that comes from always being the one who tries, I want you to know you're not alone. And you're not wrong for wanting effort to feel mutual. Take a moment today and ask yourself, where have I been overextending? Where have I been the only one driving? If you need space to unpack that, my self-care workbook is a great place to start. You'll find guided prompts to help you reflect, reset your emotional energy, and remind yourself that you deserve relationships that feel like home, not a hustle. You can grab it using the links in the show notes. Let this be your invitation to stop performing and start protecting your peace. You're worth that. Thanks for joining me on the Scented Path. Remember, finding balance is a luxury we all deserve, and each breath is a chance to embrace harmony and grace. Until next time, breathe easy, live beautifully, and let every moment reflect your truest self. This is The Scented Path, where luxury meets balance.